tidak tahu, ku cuma cacat bodoh.
Mun kanu enakeku, dah usah kana malu-malu kamadaku. Ku mawa kagi amaku. Makan dah makan kita same-same kasih. Hidup cece tue sampai bude. Ade-ade kita punya same-same. Juloi muloi ngai oi fo hi hi. Kan nyari-nyariku, nanya-nanya lagi taiku, ku nyangka ku dah tahu, ku cuma cacat bodoh.
Menganu enakeku, tak usah kana malu-malu kamadaku. Ku mawa kagi amaku.
Makan dah makan kita same-same kasih. Hidup cece tue sampai bude. Ade-ade kita punya same-same. Juloi moloi ngai oi fo hi hi. Juloi moloi ngai oi fo hi hi.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Stephanie and I will be your MC in this third session. And before we start, I would like to remind you again to beware with the sign green means 2 minutes, yellow means 4 minutes, and red means 5 minutes. And red means your time to speech is already end, so please be careful with the time. Okay, are you ready guys? Let's give the first chance to Miss Daviani Florencia from St. Joseph English Club with the title, What is Commission Art? Miss Daviani, time is yours.
What is commissioning art? Commissioning art is create an artwork based on the client request, or basically artwork or art for sale. If you want to know more, here's the do and don'ts. Number one is calculating the fees by how long it takes for you to finish the painting, the sizes, small, medium, and large, and if you use any high-costed materials in it. And if the client wants more detailed background or multiple peoples in it, then the price will increase. Number two is communicating well with the client, so you're on the same page as them. How well? By communicating the additional fees for the revision, the edits, how long it takes for you to finish it, and all that. You can put it in a contract. So how you do it and all that in the contract. The next one is what to do when things go south, or maybe a counter scammer. Having a contract is a great way to avoid scammers. And if it's a physical painting, then you can have a courier tracking number to know where the painting is. If the painting already arrived at the client's place or not. And then is how to spot any red flags or dishonest people. They are unwilling to pay the overall fees in advance, unwilling to sign the contract you made from, unwilling to use the payment system that you're comfortable with, opting for a check or money order. It also helps that you have a network of artists that have encountered that type of situation before. So you can ask them for advice or maybe tips on the drawing that you can work with. And then is if you wanted to work with the big companies, then just accept what they give you first and negotiate for the better later. For the payment is 20% after the sketches, another 20% after the Rover's image, and the delivery prior to the highest image if they're traditional, plus a set rate per all the edits, per hour all the edits. And it's important to have your walking shoes on so you can negotiate better. How? Well, by walking away, and you have the power to do so. So if you don't like the contract they gave you, you can just walk away. You have the power to do that. And last is maintaining your passion. Maintaining your passion and always devoted to your work, your clients can feel it too. So it helps the process go away smoothly. Keep a clear mind, don't ask for cheap breaking market fees, but be realistic. And last but not least, have fun while doing it. Thank you for the time. That is all.
Wow, that's a great show for your speech, Miss Daviani. I even don't know what is commission art before I heard your speech. Thank you, Miss Devi, and the time that you spent for your speech is 4 minutes 4 seconds. Let's move to the next participant. We have Mr. Terry from St. Joseph Senior High School with the title Bullying. Mr. Terry, time is yours. Mr. Terry, are you here? Mr. Terry? I think he isn't here right now, so maybe I will skip to the next participant. We have Mr. Bilson from St. Joseph Senior High School with the title Bullying too. Mr. Bilson, time is yours. Mr. Bilson Octavian, are you here? Okay, I think he wasn't here too. So move to the next participant. We have Mr. Stephen Lee from St. Joseph Senior High School with the title Pandemic, Time to Chill or Stay Productive. Mr. Stephen, time is yours.
Okay, thank you for the occasion. COVID-19 has played a tremendous role when we talk about teenager life habit changing, either in positive way or negative way. As we know nowadays, numerous millennials or Gen Z show up to public and got viral because of their successful story at their young age. But also, in other hand, there are a lot of teenagers who just scrolling social media and do nothing like they lost their own path. It's getting worse when there is a trend of self-diagnosing mental issues, also misinterpretation of healing that are too exaggerated. The side effect because of this trend were made teenagers, especially Gen Z, stem as the strawberry generation, which is defined as the weak generation and not resilient. Okay, now back on the topic. What should we actually do? just chilling, enjoy day by day got past, or keep our productivity, or maybe improving our productivity? I think you guys might already know the answer, right? It's our mandatory to stay productive in our productive age. Also, we have to stay relevant. Start with getting just 1% better per day by waking up earlier, spend 5 to 10 minutes a day to build habit of exercising, or maybe you can learn what you will learn. When you get healthier or when you get more productive, you will be ready for a whole new world. By consistently doing it every day, you will get the effect that called compounding effect, also mentioned by Einstein as the eighth wonder of the world. I know that the first day is the hardest day, but trust me, guys, after time it will feel easier to do. Just don't compare yourself, your progress to other, especially on social media, because yeah, you know, guys, that it not even change anything except it will make us more depressed. Just walk on your own path. That's all that I can share to you guys. Hope you get motivated by this speech and good luck. Thank you.
Wow, that's a great theme for a speech and amazing speech. This pandemic is not an obstacle for you to be productive, but maybe a lot of people use their time to chill in this era, including me. And thank you, Mr. Steven. The time that you spent for your speech is 2 minutes, 11 seconds. Let's move to the next participant. We have Mr. Daniel Devandi from St. Joseph Senior High School, and the title is The True Meaning of Being Better. Mr. Daniel, time is yours.
Okay. Have you ever find yourself in situations where you feel like you don't belong? For example, your passion is to make video games, but when your game is released, turns out it has so many flaws and the people mock you for it. Then you gave up on your passion and turn to something else unfamiliar. In that process, you try to hide your true self and to replace it with another ideal yet fake persona. That means you're not truly honest with yourself. We are living in a world that requires competence in everything we do. And sometimes we make mistakes accidentally, whether we like it or not. The feeling of great shame came after that mistake. So we try to be better to erase that feeling. And in turn, we always try to achieve perfection, to be a star, the best of the best. However, humans are not and will never be perfect. Like the famous proverb said, to err is human, to forgive is divine. To do mistakes is a part of human nature and history. You can always apologize for that mistake, but never apologize for who you are. The general public's perception on how to achieve that so-called perfection is to change oneself into the ideal character, to forgetting who we truly are in the process. However, there is a better way than to change, and that is improving oneself. Don't try to change, but try to improve. All of us need self-improvement at one point in our life or another. There's a great difference between changing and improving. Changing is removing ourselves, while improving is developing our already existing self. So the true meaning or the true way to be better is to improve your own strengths, developing your current skills, and keep working on your passion. I know that not everyone will achieve their dreams, their goals, but we must not lose our spirit. We must keep going. We must never give up and ignore those who underestimate you. Build an ambition upon yourself. Ambition isn't necessarily good or bad thing. Some people say ambition is dangerous, but to me, ambition is good to an extent. It's pushing someone to get them into reaching their full potential, but overloaded ambition can lead to self-destruction. So in the end, always keep this in mind. To err is human, To forgive is divine. We all have our own strengths and weaknesses. Be honest to yourself. Never try to cover up that weaknesses by changing into another fake persona, but try to admit that weaknesses, and keep improving your strengths and passion. Only that way you can have peace with your own self and be better. Thank you. Thank you for listening. That's all.
Thank you so much, Mr. Daniel. We are human, we can make some mistake, but we have to try to be better person. And the time that you spend for your speech is 3 minutes, 29 seconds. Let's move to the next participant. We have Miss Hilda from St. Joseph English Club, and the title is Indonesia's Unity in Diversity. Miss Hilda, time is yours.
Hi, I'm Hilda. Please take a look at some pictures I'll show in my background. Do you believe me if I tell you that those are parts of only one country? Well, you might not believe me, but it's true. Those are from Indonesia. I always wonder how those cultures can affect Indonesia and what Indonesia can do to maintain diverse cultures as one nation. So today, ladies and gentlemen, I will talk about Indonesia's unity in diversity. Ladies and gentlemen, Indonesia's national motto, Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, or unity in diversity, refers to the variety of the country's internal composition and also indicates that despite the differences in its multicultural society, there is a sense of unity among the Indonesians. In adherence to its national motto, Indonesia maintains a narrative of a culturally plural but unified nation. The government represents around 276.3 million people of over 1,300 ethnic groups, 6 nationally recognized religions, and 800 dialect languages spread across more than 17,000 islands. These impressive numbers lead to unique and wonderful diversities. However, ladies and gentlemen, Indonesia's diversities could also cause a backslide for the nation and us, the citizens. While of course, our cultures, ethnicities, and other diversities have shown Indonesia's wealth and charm internationally. For instance, batik and wayang have been proclaimed by UNESCO as the masterpiece of oral and intangible heritage of humanity. However, ladies and gentlemen, these diversities could also lead to threats. Many people have been intolerant and disrespectful towards others' cultures, ethnicities, and religions, especially to minorities. Egoism, radicalism, and discrimination also increase. There are also some external threats. For instance, are other countries' claims to our cultures, whichever happened to batik and wayang, and also influences to some small groups. Those actions could cause disintegration. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there are several actions we can do to maintain Indonesia's unity in diversity. First, strengthen the grounding of Pancasila. This will be very important because the challenges ahead are increasingly complex. Pancasila should not lose its values. And second, prioritize tolerance and reduce group egoism. We must be aware that Indonesia is not a country with only one group or class. It will be very difficult if Indonesians still consider differences as a barrier in achieving the state's goals. And it will be very difficult if the goals are only based on the goals of each group. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure that all of us have known what we should do to maintain Indonesia's unity in diversity, since I have mentioned some examples of actions. Mary Parker Follett at first said, "Unity, not uniformity, must be our aim. We attain unity through variety. Differences must be integrated, not annihilated, not absorbed. If not us, who else can we rely on? And if not now, how long should we wait? Let us reflect on it. Thank you."
Okay, thank you so much for Miss Hilda for your great speech. You're really good to choose the title of your speech. I've never heard this title of speech before. And the time that you spent for your speech is 4 minutes 30 seconds. Let's next to the next participant is Miss Regina Chirilla from St. Joseph English Club. And the title is Home is Our First School. Miss Regina, time is yours.
Good afternoon, the coaches and the participants of World Speech Day 2022. In this remarkable occasion, I will be sharing my thoughts about how a home is our first form of education. When a baby is born, parents become child's first and most important teachers. It is often said that home is the first school and parents are the best teachers for a child. There is a close contact between the parents and children. The parents teach the children behavior, dress codes, customs, aspirations, and so on. That is why we can always see similarities between parents and children that is not genetic, but is grasped by the child itself. Are you guys having similarities with your parents without even realizing it? The minds of children develop in a major way through the process of non-formal education at home. Parents should provide such an environment so that their child can easily cope with situational learning. Kids must be nurtured and brought up to match with the school education at home before they go to real school. We know child's brain is just like a white sheet of paper. But what does it mean? Whatever it's said or done, kids promptly mimic and behave accordingly. Good manners are the first thing parents must teach their kids. The family shapes the attitude of a child towards society and other people. They should behave well with all members of the family so the child learns from home and behaves the same way in school too, which would enhance the learning. A good-mannered child attracts teachers and gets love and nurturing from them. It also helps in the psychological growth of the child and influences the ambition and values. Blissful and cheerful atmosphere in the family will develop love, tolerance, and generosity. Now, if you're living in such a great environment, then good for you. If not, I believe you can create one. Second important thing is to provide adequate information to kids so that the child can at least say their name and other simple stuff. This will help when kids are in unpredictable situations. For example, when they get lost, people will first ask for their identity to help them. The third thing is, a child must be taught to listen to others. Parents must teach their children the habit of listening to others. This can be done by patiently listening to the child or to other members of the family. By listening to me talking in this very moment, I believe that your parents succeed.
Okay, thank you, Miss Regina. Home is our first school. We learn so much in our home, and our parents is the first teacher. And the time that you spend for your speech is 3 minutes, 10 seconds. Move to the next participant. We have Mr. Samuel Giovanni from St. Joseph Senior High School, and the title is Bullying. Time is yours, Mr. Samuel.
Okay, thank you. First of all, let's thank to God for always giving us His mercy and blessings till we can attend this meeting without any obstacle in this good place and time. And thanks for giving me opportunity to deliver my speech. Everyone here has probably been bullied at least once in their life. It's not the best feeling, isn't it? It makes one feel insecure, humiliated, and very uncomfortable. It has the power to destroy lives, our mental and our physicality. There are many types of bullying. You may think calling someone a nasty name is what the bullying is all about, but there is more about bullying. The first one is the physical bullying. The physical bullying is being hit, kicked, pinched, or being tripped. The second one is verbal bullying. The verbal bullying is being called names, teased, put downs, and insults. The third one is physiological bullying, which means it's being threatened, stalked, or manipulated. The fourth one is social bullying. The social bullying is being ignored, having rumors spread about you, or telling lies about you. The fifth one is sexual bullying. This is unwanted touching or pushing against someone or picking on someone because of their sexual preference. The sixth one is cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is insulting someone in chat rooms or sending cruel or threatening emails, text message, or spreading rumors using mobile phones. Bullies just like the feeling of being powerful and in control. You should know that you should show the bully that you think what they're doing is stupid and mean. You can help the person that being bullied to tell an adult that they trust, like their parents. These are some ways to prevent bullying. First of all, educators make anti-bullying programs and punishments for anyone who commits such acts. The second one is bullying discussions and lectures on overcoming acts of oppression. The third one is provide assistance and support to victims of bullying. That's all from us. That's all from me. Thank you for listening.
That's a good speech. Thank you, Mr. Samuel. Bullying is very often discussed by other people because that can make other people do unexpected action. And the time that you spend for your speech is 2 minutes 44 seconds. Let's move to the next participant. We have Mr. Fadrian from St. Joseph English Club, and the title is Side Effect of Anxiety. Mr. Fadrian, time is yours.
Okay, thank you. Hello guys, good afternoon everyone. First of all, I want to thank to God because He blessed us so we can attend this meeting in a good health. So I wanted to tell you guys about side effect of anxiety. Of course, everyone know what anxiety is, right? So here we are. We all know kids this day always on their gadget. No matter what it is, like it's a cell phone, a laptop, computer, or many others device. They already have it since a kid, and that's make them become introvert because they don't do any interaction with the other kids, and they will think that will become inhibition for them. For example, is social anxiety. This anxiety make the person to not do any interaction because they worried about like well perhaps they have a word or something like that, and they will think when they want to tell her friend on, and he will think in his mind like how my friend will react about this, what they will talking about behind me, and that will make it become unconfident. And there is another effect from anxiety than just an unconfident. So there is a panic attack, depression, headache, lalu breath problem, and many others. There's so many anxiety in this world, and there are several types of anxiety disorder. So the first one we have generalized anxiety disorder, or we can call it GAD. So GAD is diagnosis when extreme worry about a variety of things lasts 6 months or longer. So if you have a mild case, you're probably able to complete your normal day by day activity. And well, if you have a more severe case, may have a profound impact on your life. And the second one, we have social anxiety disorder. Uh, this one is the example that I chose. So this disorder involves a paralyzing fear of social situation, of like being judged by the other people. This social phobia can leave one feeling ashamed and alone. And the third one is post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD. PTSD develops after witnessing or experiencing something traumatic. Symptoms can begin immediately or be delayed for years. Common causes include war, natural disaster, or the usually one is because of physical attack. And there is the last one that I know is phobia. Phobia, this is the one that everyone already know, and this includes fear of tight space, or we can say it claustrophobia, fear of height, acrophobia, and many others. You may have a powerful urge to avoid the fear object or situation. That's all that I know about side effect of anxiety. I hope this speech can be helpful for you guys. Thank you for the attention.
Thank you, Mr. Fadrian. We all know that feel anxiety is really a bad feel ever. And maybe some type of anxiety is a part of depression. And well, your speech is 3 minutes, 56 seconds. Okay, the next participant we have is Miss Msarajendra from St. Joseph English Club, and the title is Face Racism. Miss Sarah, time is yours.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our world is facing many challenges until this very day. And the worst part is, we don't know when we're going to end. It will never end unless we do anything about it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, today in this lovely evening, I'll be talking about racism. So, ladies and gentlemen, what is racism? Well, racism is the belief that that a certain group of people possess, and it is divided based on the superiority of one race over another. Racism, just like discrimination towards women, is a form of discrimination. Well, long story short, you hate each other for being different. You hate somebody else for having different backgrounds. Yeah, that is racism. And it's not a good thing. It's a bad thing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I actually ever experienced something like this before. So back in 2019, I was in New Zealand enjoying my vacation with my family. So one day, me and my sister decided to play the lodge. If you don't know what the lodge is, well, you can just type it on Google. It's some kind of card, I believe. Well, anywho,
I was drifting my cart like a pro. And then two random kids just shouted, Ni hao, which means hello in Chinese. Well, it was funny at first, but then they did the eye thing. That is a very racist move. And personally, I kind of felt anxious because of that. And from that day until the very last day of my holiday in New Zealand, I felt a little anxious because I felt different, because I was afraid, because I'm different from everybody else. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you can tell, racism can hurt people, especially the victim. It can ruin their mental health. They might have anxiety, they might have depression, they might use drugs, or even worse, they might commit suicide. And that is a bad thing, of course. And what should we do? We must face racism. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the real question is, how do we deal with racism? How do we face racism? Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's actually no right answer to this, but I can give you some tips about it. Well, there are 3 tips. The first one is to recognize that diversity exists. The second one is to make friends with people from other backgrounds, who has different backgrounds as well. And the last one is to learn their culture. Well, loving your own culture is very important. And it's a good thing, but don't overdo it, because it can cause division between one race over another. And besides, studying and learning other culture is a good thing. And by doing so, you can learn how to appreciate other culture. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's all that I can deliver to you guys. Thank you for listening to my speech.
Thank you so much, Ms. Sarah. That was an amazing speech. Racism has been found in many circles of society that we have to face it. And the time that you spent for your speech is 3 minutes, 59 seconds. Let's move to the next participant. We have Miss Bella Natasha from St. Joseph Senior High School, and the title is Graduate and My Destiny. Miss Bella, time is yours.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon for all jurists and all participants in this room. The title of my speech today is Graduate and the Future. After we finish our education in high school, we may have 2 options. Choose either are to go straight to work or continue to college. For some students, it might be confusing. You know, in fact, not only for students, but sometimes also for parents. Parents, maybe you feel a little bit worried. Why do the option after graduating also make parents confused? For some parents, they will consider their financial condition too. To continue to university, it needs a lot of money. If their children want to go to college, it will increase their expense. If they do not continue to university, students can go straight to work. So they can have their own income. They can be financially independent and no longer need to depend on their parents. So it becomes students' consideration not to continue to university and choose work directly. But if we continue our education to university, it will provide with a job opportunity for us. Student can pursue and achieve higher goal. Our future can also be bright. It is because we are equipped with more skills and knowledge so that we can get higher position in the company. With a higher position in the company, with a higher position, the income will be also increased. With a large income, we can improve our life, our parents' life too, of course. So, what will you choose? What will we choose? You can go straight to work, but if you only graduate from high school, your career may be stagnant and it will be difficult to get a promotion to higher position. Meanwhile, university graduates have a higher career opportunities on their company. How about students that want to continue to college, but they have not enough money? Actually, we have the third option. Your parents cannot pay for your education. It cannot be your reason to stop pursue your dreams job. There are always a way. There where there is a will, such as you can search for scholarship or you can work while studying at college. So you can pay yourself if you cannot pay for famous university because it's a lot of money. Some regional university can be your another option with a cheaper and you can still get more knowledge and skills. So keep fighting. We can do this. We can still pursue our dreams. No one can stop if we focus and never give up. That's all I want to say to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Bella. Your speech was really great. And what did I get is if we continue our study, maybe we can get higher position in the company with our skill. And your speech is 4 minutes, 19 seconds. Okay, next, move to the next participant. We have Mr. Junaidi Hadiwijaya from St. Joseph Senior High School. And the title is Dunning-Kruger Effect. Mr. Junaidi, time is yours.
Good afternoon, everyone. Dunning-Kruger effect is a cognitive bias whereby people with low skills and limited knowledge overestimate themselves about something they don't know. Do you know MacArthur Wheeler? Back in 1995, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Wheeler decided to rob a bank. When he got caught, the police asked him, "Why you didn't wear a mask?" He answered, "I used lemon juice on my face." Wheeler asked them back, "How did you know it was me?" So, from his logic, as lemon juice can be used to write invisible letters, by smearing lemon juice all over his face, he thought that his face would become invisible to the security cameras. He even checked this trick by taking a selfie with a Polaroid camera. I'm not sure if the camera wasn't operated properly or something, but the camera did give him a blank image. The blank image made him absolutely sure that this trick would work. So, what happened to Wheeler? Is he drunk or crazy? Psychologists named David Dunning and Justin Kruger described this case as metacognitive problem. Lack of metacognitive ability to recognize their own knowledge makes someone overestimate their capability. When people learn something they don't know, even only a little part of it, they feel that they already know everything about it. That means they have experienced the Dunning-Kruger effect. I've been through this too. Few months ago, I watched a video about graphene, the strongest material on Earth. The next day, I met my best friend and told him what I have watched. When I saw his reaction, I became more confident and start talking about something I didn't even watch in that video. I went back home, watched a few more videos, then realized that graphene is not as simple as I thought. So you see, having a Dunning-Kruger effect is a disadvantage in your life. It can be a big rock in your career, makes you difficult to work in organization because you feel you know everything better than anyone else. And the worst thing, you will embarrass yourself. Imagine this. When you're in a live show, the host asks you some question and you answer them with high self-confidence. It feels like you know everything, but actually you don't. When the show is over, you realize that you have been affected by Dunning-Kruger effect. It's too late. You have gone viral and people are laughing at you. Of course, everyone wants to be famous, but not because of Dunning-Kruger effect. So the points are limited knowledge and overconfidence are the trigger for the Dunning-Kruger effect. When you learn new things, don't jump to conclusion too quickly. Learn it clearly. When you know a little, don't need to pretend you know a lot. It's better to be silent than overconfident in foolishness. Remember this, a fool thinks himself to be wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool. Okay, I hope it's useful for all of us. Keep beware of the Dunning-Kruger effect. Don't screw up your life because of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Junaidi. That was a really great speech with the title Dunning-Kruger effect. And the time that you spent for your speech is 4 minutes, 12 seconds. The next participant we have is Miss Helena Dewi Lestari from St. Joseph Senior High School, and the title is The Importance of Being Polite and Courteous. Time is yours, Miss Helena. Miss Helena, are you here? Miss Helena? Okay, I think she isn't here right now. So the next participant, we have Miss Felicia Angelica Cristela from St. Joseph Senior High School. And the title is Increase Self-Worth. Time is yours, Miss Felicia.
Ma'am, everyone. Thanks to the attendants who have taken the time to attend the speech, given that I will compare this opportunity. What an honor for me to stand here and deliver a speech. Without lingering longer, I will soon start to talk about the speech I am going to do for this time about increased self-worth. Have you ever thought about the importance of self-worth and what happens if we don't increase our self-worth? And it always on my mind. I always try to maintain my self-worth and should not let anyone to belittle and embrace me. The same should be done by all of you. How does self-worth affect you so that you feel like a worthy human being? When a person has high self-worth, he evaluates himself positively so that he feels worthy to be loved. All might have know that attitude toward himself that is empathic and courageous and positive describe how far the individual evaluates his or herself as a person who possesses skill, meanings, and competence. Condition and level of self-worth and our body. There are times when we feel less worthy because we judge ourselves badly, but there are times when we have high self-worth because we judge ourselves to success in getting certain achievement or success in our life. Nowadays, case of low self-worth
Okay, thank you, Miss Felicia, for your speech. Don't judge ourselves, okay? And the time that you spend for your speech is 1 minute 21 seconds. The next participant we have is Miss Viola Angelina Gendra from St. Joseph Senior High School, and the title is Global Warming. Miss Viola, time is yours.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So I would like to ask you, do you feel that our weather nowadays changes so much differently? For example, like it is sunny and we feel hot when it's coming to rainy season, but it's rainy and we feel cold when it's coming to sunny season. So those are all the examples of global warming and climate changes. So global warming is such a huge problem that our worldwide is facing today. Our daily activities, industry activities can produce the greenhouse gases like methane, carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, and etc. And these gases can cause and the problem of the climate change and global warming. So those gases can trap into our atmosphere with more and more volume. So the sunlight from the sun are more absorbed into our atmosphere and increasing the temperature. Not only that, but these gases can cause acid rain, which is poisonous for our living. The increasing of the temperature can cause the ice glaciers are melting and increasing the sea level and can wipe out our forests. And with that, more and more floras and faunas are dying because they lose their habitat. So this problem cannot be solved by individual or several groups. It needs a global effort. We can do the habits that can reduce the produce of greenhouse effect. And the most well-known way is 3R way, which is recycle, reduce, and reuse. Recycle means that we use the same thing but in different form. For example, like we make a handcraft from our old stuff. Second is reuse. Reuse means that we use reusable packaging instead of disposable one. For example, like we bring our bottle when we go to coffee shop. And the last part is reduce. Reduce refers to our attention to the wise use of the things that cannot be decomposed by our nature, especially unorganic ones like plastic, styrofoam, and etc. Not only doing the 3R way, but we should pay attention in the use of the electricity, reduce using the transportation that need fossil to be full, because the fuel that's coming from the fossil can produce the gas emission. And the last part is, I want to say the small change can be a huge change if it is done by many people. So as a speaker here, I would like to ask you to do the things that I have mentioned before, not only for us, but for our next generation. So we and might be our next generation can live healthy, peacefully, and the world will thanks for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Viola. Global warming is very often discussed by other people because the effect of the global warming is very dangerous for us. And the time that you spend for your speech is 3 minutes 56 seconds. Okay, the next participant, we have Mr. Hilarius Kevin Jonathan from St. Joseph Senior High School, and the title is The Story of Pandemic. Mr. Hilarius, time is yours. Mr. Hilarius, are you here? Thanks. I think he isn't here, so move to the next participant. We have Miss Felicita Tanzareta from St. Joseph Senior High School, and the title is COVID-19. Miss Felicita, time is yours.
They're all outside having a coffee.
There are so many people who are not present in this meeting. So move to the next participant. We have Miss Paramita Huang from St. Joseph Senior High School, and the title is My Holiday. Time is yours, Miss.
Good evening, respected teacher and my dear friend. Best wish, may all of us always be in a healthy condition and blessed by God Almighty. On this occasion, I will deliver a speech about my holiday. My purpose of delivering this speech is to convey the experience of my holiday through this speech. During the vacation I was on, of course, it was a very pleasant vacation where I couldn't just forget it. Besides that, during my vacation, I did a lot of activities even during this pandemic. Of course, with strict health protocol, I can walk comfortably because after I always carry a hand sanitizer every time I hold something, then I always wash my hand and keep my distance from the people around. During a pandemic, of course, it is very scary for everyone to travel everywhere. But this does not rule out the possibility for me not to go out because, of course, this can make me bored. When we are not forbidden to go on vacation, but we are also not free to take off masks when traveling and do not keep our distance because it can harm us and the people around us. Maybe for friends who want to vacation can try some tips. Make sure your condition is really healthy. With a healthy condition, of course, the body immunity is more awake and is not susceptible to various diseases. Always take care of your health by taking vitamins, getting enough rest, and bringing personal medicine. Choose a safe travel destination. Find information about the area you are going to. Destination in the form of outdoors can be a vacation option to avoid the spread of the virus through closed space. In addition, in outdoors destination, you are better able to keep your distance from the crowd. Keep obeying health protocols. Wearing a mask, avoiding crowds, keeping a distance from each other, reducing contact, and frequently washing hands with soap and water are some of the things that should still be considered during your vacation. Also bring personal hygiene equipment, such as liquid soap and hand sanitizer. So those are my tips so that you can vacation like me safely and comfortably. That's all my speech today. I hope it can be useful for all of us. Thank you for attention. Good evening and thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Paramita. That was an interesting speech about holiday. And the time that you spent for your speech is 3 minutes, 9 seconds. Okay, the next participant we have Terry from St. Joseph Senior High School, and the title is Bullying. Time is yours, Mr. Terry.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, let's thank to God who have been giving us His blessing till we can attend this meeting without any obstacle in a good place and time. And I wish all of us always given healthy. My friends, when someone or many people scare, oppose, or dominate other person, it's called bullying. This can happen in school, office, street, or at home. Such behavior is a habit of some people, so they do it again and again. Bullying is very common for children in school. Bullying can be verbal, in which children make fun of others, call them by bad names, spread rumors about them. It can be physical, in which they hit others or destroy their things. It can also happen on phone or computer when someone uses dirty language or send bad picture or message. Intentionally making someone feel alone is also bullying. There are many reasons which lead to bullying. Sometimes, children who bully are jealous of others. They cannot see anyone doing better than them, so they start bullying others. Some bully because they were bullied by someone else earlier. Such children to try to revenge by doing the same to others, to feel powerful now. Others bully because they are not happy with themselves. They may have some physical or mental problem and they are trying to take out of anger by bullying others. If we won't stop the bullying, when bullies form a gang and pick and one or few on one person, it's important to note all of the name and provide the teacher with them accordingly. Not one of the bullies should escape justice. In most countries, physical assault is serious crime, worthy of incoming in the police. Serious bullying at school, which should report to the police. Bullying is very harmful and there are many ways to prevent it. Parents and teachers should always try to be friendly with children. This makes them comfortable and they start sharing their feelings. They should also talk to children who bullies others and know the reasons. Parents should teach good manners and behavior to their children. They must tell them that they should respect others and become friends with everyone. I think that's all I can say. If there's a mistake, I apologize and hopefully we avoid bullying. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your amazing speech, Mr. Terry. Bullying is a crime action, and I hope all of you guys never bully people. Okay, the time that you spent for your speech is 2 minutes 41 seconds. Okay, the next participant we have is Mr. Lexi Giraldi from St. Joseph Senior High School, and the title is Environment. Time is yours, Mr. Lexi. I think he isn't here right now, so move to the next participant. We have Miss Felicita Tanzareta from St. Joseph Senior High School with the title COVID-19. Time is yours, Miss.
Good afternoon. Today, I want to talk about pandemic COVID-19. Today we are still in the same state of COVID-19 pandemic as the previous year. Because of this long pandemic, we are even tired of hearing the word like pandemic, coronavirus, health protocol, and social distancing. But the more we don't have, the harder we can stop the spread of the virus. So we must always remember that this pandemic situation will only end if we continue the health protocol. As we know, on January 12, 2002, the government has implemented in Indonesia the booster vaccine or the head vaccine. I really appreciate this government effort. The government is taking quick steps as a preventive way to stop the spread of coronavirus in Indonesia. We can also actively participate in this booster program. We can be the participant or we can campaign to others. The purpose of this program is to achieve group immunity. I am very excited and cannot wait to get this date. Had dose of vaccine soon. The requirement of this step, vaccine are over 12-year-old and sick men from receiving second vaccine. I really did after the booster vaccine program. The pandemic will end soon in Indonesia and in the world, especially after the new variant of the coronavirus, that Omicron variant, with more people getting vaccine. I hope Omicron variant will not spread as widely and as badly as the previous variant. That is all. I hope my speech may be useful for all of us. Thank you for attention.
Okay, that was a great speech performed by Miss Felicita. Thank you so much. COVID-19, I think all of you guys are already bored about COVID-19 because COVID-19 has been started 2 years ago, but we still have to be careful. And your speech is 2 minutes 41 seconds. Move to the next participant. We have Mr. Hilarius Kevin Jonathan from St. Joseph Senior High School, and the title is Story of Pandemic. Time is yours, Mr.
Okay, good afternoon. On this occasion, I would like to discuss the simulate endopandemic condition. There have been many victims, ranging from close family, friends, and co-workers. Don't let this condition be the thing that isolates the spirit of friends. Keep being a positive person, physically fit. I know that our current situation is boring, but remember, we are still given health by God, meaning that we are still lucky and given the opportunity to keep our spirit up in maintaining our body is healed. I also hope that all of my friends can remind each other. If you see anyone violating health protocols, please remind them carefully. Remember that maintaining health protocol is the obligations of all citizens to stop the spread of the coronavirus. Many of our colleagues and health workers have lost their life because of the coronavirus. Let's pray for their future by implementing the best health protocols so that their future is not in vain. We can and are able to get out of this pandemic as long as we work together as best we can. Don't underestimate and always apply health protocols. That's what I want to say. Sorry if there are errors in the pronunciation of word. That's all, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hilarius. That was an amazing speech. And the time that you spent for your speech is 2 minutes 16 seconds. Okay, the next participant we have Miss Felicia Angelica Cristela from St. Joseph Senior High School, and the title is Increase Self-Worth. Time is yours, Miss.
Thanks to the attendants who have taken the time to attend the speech, even that I will convey this opportunity. What an honor for me to stand here and deliver a speech. Without lingering longer, I will soon start to talk about the speech I am going to deliver this time about increased self-worth. Have you ever thought about the importance of self-worth and what happens if we don't increase our self-worth? I ever, and it's always on my mind. I always try to maintain my self-worth and should not let anyone to belittle and embrace me. The same should be done by all of you. How does self-worth affect you so that you feel like a worthy human being? When a person has high self-worth, he evaluates himself positively so that he feels worthy to be loved. All might have known that self-worth is an individual valuation to self-honoring through the attitude toward his or herself that is implied and not verbalized and describe how far the individual felt his or herself as a person who have skill, meaning, and competence. Condition and level of self-worth are varied. There are times when we feel less worthy because we judge ourselves badly, but there are times when we have high self-worth because we judge ourselves to have success in getting certain achievement or success in our life. Nowadays, cases of self-worth are very common, especially among teenagers. This can happen due to several factors such as past trauma, toxic environment, mental health condition, and physical illness. But we can overcome this together by increasing self-worth. Firstly, know yourself well, and important step to the process toward increasing self-worth is building self-understanding. You need to know what you are and what you want to achieve in your life before you decide that you are a worthy human being. You can start to making a life goal and a list of things that you make you feel worthy. Secondly, conduct an inside rather than an outside assessment. Inward appraisal is judging ourselves based on our own target standard, while outward appraisal is judging ourselves based on our social target and standard. Covering yourself by looking at your past and present effort and accomplishment is much more reassuring than comparing yourself to other people's standard and achievement. Thirdly, possess the positive self-image. This thing is related to self-acceptance. Self-image is way of view towards your own self. Convince yourself that you are deserve to be successful, you deserve to be loved and appreciated, and you are a special individual. Fourthly, focus on your own strength. Appreciate yourself for everything you try to do. By focusing on what you do, you are praising yourself for the effort rather than praising the product or end result. Appreciate the small effort that you make, even though it wasn't work in the end. You still thank yourself for doing your best. That's all you can follow to make your self-worth in change. Keep your self-worth and in change by following those 4 recipes I have said earlier. I hope everything I say will bring good to you all. I say my deep apology for any mistake I made on my work. God bless us.
That was a great speech, Miss. Thank you so much. And the time that you spent for your speech is 3 minutes, 1 second. The next participant we have is Miss Helena Dewi Lestari from St. Joseph Senior High School, and the title is The Importance of Being Polite and Courteous. Time is yours, Miss Helena.
The importance of being polite and courteous. Good afternoon, everyone, which I respect all friends who are present here. First of all, let us say praise and gratitude to God Almighty, who has given his favors and gifts so that we can attend and gather together in this place in good health. Before I start my speech, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Helena Dewi Lestari, class 12, Science 1, attendance number 11. On this occasion, I will deliver a speech about the importance of being polite and courteous. Ladies and gentlemen, in human life, polite and courteous behavior is very important because in every life, of course, it will be followed by interrelated norms and ethics. Polite and courteous are behaviors action and traits that are commendable towards others. People who have this trait will certainly be sincere in their action. Example of politeness and courtesy in everyday life that we can do are: first, behave well in socializing. Association between fellow human beings is very necessary, either with family, friends, or with teacher at school. Second, respect those who are older than us. An example is respecting our parents by speaking kind words and listening when they advise us. Third, comply with all the rules applied in the environment. For example, if we are at school, then we must obey all the rules set by the school, such as wearing uniform neatly and according to the day. With the above, I would like to invite all of us to create and carry out this polite and courteous attitude regardless of the good or bad of the people we meet. So the speech that I can deliver, I hope this speech can provide benefits for all of us. I apologize profusely if there are sentences or words that we not good. Finally, I say thank you very much for the time given and also to all of you who attend and listen to me today. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Helena. Being polite and courteous is very important to do in our life. And the time that you spend for your speech is 2 minutes 43 seconds. And the next participant we have is Mr. Wilson Octavian from St. Joseph Senior High School, and the title is Bullying. Time is yours, Mr. Wilson.
Hello everyone, thank you for having me. My name is Wilson Octavian. Standing in front of you all, I would like to deliver my speech about bullying. But first, we must know the definition of bullying. So what is bullying? Bullying is the use of force, threat, or coercion to abuse, intimidate, or aggressively dominate others. The behavior is often repeated and habitual and usually carried out to hurt an individual in all terms, mental, physically, and emotionally. The victim might end up doing inimitable move, one that include loneliness, always expressing anger, suppressed by fear, mental health issue which can even lead to suicidal thoughts or even end up committing suicide. Bullying can be in various forms, generally like avoid someone on purpose, form a group, attacking someone physically or verbally, sending threat or making rumors and scaring them around. The reason to bully may vary over time, but by doing so the victim is embracing the victim in front of large crowd that he has to cross stop daily and continue facing the effect of this embracement. A child is never born bullying, he or she is made into one to hear sometimes. They generally don't tend to have healthy relations with their parents and peers. The cover up their worries act as if it meant nothing to them and finish it over the innocent child. Some bully to even maintain the popularity they have around the school or workplace. Currently, cyberbullying plays a major role in various fields. Just like I mentioned earlier, bullying is not happening in just school or playground. It is harsh behavior all around the world. Now that the internet plays a vital role in everyone's life. Bullying takes place behind screen without even revealing the name of the victim. Stay anonymous and sending out embracing active of weak one is not decent behavior, but it could then the victim. Bullying is never okay. It is equally disturbing and can cause unfortunate effect on children as well as adults. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Bilson. And that is the last, okay. The time that you spent for your speech is 3 minutes, 23 seconds. And that is the last participant we have in this day. But before we close this meeting, please watch this video. Thank you.
Hai semuanya, welcome to Smakis. Gimana? Keren kan sekolahku? Perkenalkan, nama saya Augera. Saya sekarang kelas 12, jurusan IPA. Kalian pengen tahu nggak sekeren apa sih Smakis ini? Yuk, ikutin aku.
Anak-anak begitu riang menyambut pagi demi bisa berkumpul bersama dengan sahabat-sahabat pencari ilmu dan pengetahuan. Udah pada tahu belum? Kalau belum, dikasih tahu makanya nih. Kalau di lingkungan sekolah Yosudarso, tak hanya kami, para siswa SMAK, melainkan ada pula adik-adik dari tingkatan taman kanak-kanak, sekolah dasar, dan sekolah menengah pertama Yosudarso yang menuntut ilmu di sini. Sekolah Yosudarso sendiri berada di bawah Yayasan Tunas Karya, Keuskupan Pangkal Pinang. Awalnya, TK dan SD Yosudarso didirikan sekitar tahun 1977 berkat kesadaran dari masyarakat akan pentingnya pendidikan sejak usia dini. 4 tahun kemudian, SMP dan SMA Yosudarso berdiri, tepatnya di tahun 1981. Namun, karena jumlah siswa yang makin terus bertambah, akhirnya Yayasan Tunas Karya memohon sebidang tanah kepada otorita Batam dan mendapatkan sebidang tanah seluas 4 hektar di Batam Center. Akhirnya di tahun 2013, seluruh bangunan baru sekolah Yosudarso hadir dengan megah di Batam Center ini. Ya, seperti yang kita lihat sekarang ini. Keren kan?
SMA Yosudarso berdiri mulai 1 Juli 1991. Waktu itu kepala sekolahnya adalah Bapak Tukiran dengan hanya 3 guru, yaitu Ibu Jenny Paulus, Dr. Anda Margareta, dan Ibu Serafin, dibantu 1 guru honorer. Lalu berkembangnya jumlah siswa yang dari tahun 91 cuma 80 siswa, semakin lama semakin meningkat sehingga pada tahun 1999 Yosudarso harus pindah dari Jalan Imam Bonjol menjadi ke Komplek Batam Center ini.
Tuh lihat, adik-adik taman kanak-kanak kalau sedang belajar, kayak serius tapi menggemaskan kan? Emang bener kok, belajar di TK Yosudarso sungguh mengasyikan. Nah, kalau ini kegiatan belajar mengajar di SD Yosudarso. Agak serius ya. Ya iyalah, soalnya mereka ada ujian, makanya kayak serius gitu. Tapi di kelas lainnya lagi asik tuh berolahraga, biar sehat katanya.
Nah, Smakis ini adalah singkatan dari SMA Yosudarso Batam. Nah, di sini juga ada kegiatan religius. Tidak hanya itu, kita juga punya kegiatan yang bisa mengembangkan bakat, minat melalui ini, dan ini nih.
Coba bayangin, jarang kan ada anak-anak yang seusia gini udah jago ngedrum band. Berkat ketekunan dalam berlatihlah, mereka bisa seperti ini. Bukan cuma ekstrakurikuler drum band, SMP Yosudarso juga punya band sekolah yang jago punya. Buat yang punya bakat main musik, cocoklah bergabung di sini. Kalau mau mengasah bakat dan kemampuan yang kelihatan lebih serius, bisa masuk ekskul web design dan animasi. Meski bikin garu-garu kepala, tapi seru loh. Atau ini, kegiatan debat bahasa Inggris dan bahasa Mandarin. Nah, SMAK Yosudarso ini udah terkenal banget dengan prestasinya di kedua bidang tersebut. Terus, seperti apa sih kesan-kesan teman-teman para juara ini tentang SMAK Yosudarso?
So first of all, I entered Yosudarso 2 years ago because there wasn't much choices of high school in Batam. But what turns out is that I actually enjoy studying here. I believe I've learned a lot ever since I study in Yosudarso.
Saya sekolah di Yos karena Yos memiliki akademis dan non-akademis yang sangat baik, luar biasa juga.
在巴旦，Yosudarso 算是一个很显赫的学校，很多人都竞争着要来这所学校上学。而当时不是Yosudarso的初中生的我，也是不例外的。
Nah, betul apa yang dibilang Jelena tadi. Bisa menjadi bagian dari sekolah Yosudarso adalah sebuah kebanggaan. Bukan saja karena prestasi dan proses belajar mengajarnya yang sangat bagus, melainkan pula kekompakan dan kebersamaan yang terjalin begitu semangat menggelora. Apalagi kalau udah meneriakan yel-yel kebanggaan sekolah, alias yel-yel Smakis ya. Wah, bikin bulu kuduk merinding. Mantap bukan? Yang nonton tepuk tangan dong. Proses belajar mengajar di sekolah Yosudarso emang gak kaku. Malah lentur kayak karet gelang, tapi tetap fokus dan sesuai kurikulum. Makanya para guru pun bersemangat dalam mengajar.
Pengalaman mengajar di sekolah ini yang jelas menyenangkan, dinamikanya luar biasa, jadi baik dari segi siswa maupun guru.
SMA Yosudarso menjadi salah satu tujuan utama orang tua murid untuk menyekolahkan putra-putrinya, karena kembali mereka melihat satu prestasi yang diperoleh dari SMA Yosudarso sendiri, lalu karena Yosudarso ini terkenal dengan pendidikan karakter yang cukup disiplin, maka ini menjadi salah satu tujuan dari orang tua murid.
Nah, kalau ini di lab kimia, para siswa sedang melakukan uji praktek kerja. Campur sana, campur sini, yang pasti bisa bikin terkesima deh. Atau ini, di lab fisika, yang gak kalah seru dengan uji prakteknya. Atau ini, di lab biologi, yang uji prakteknya juga bisa bikin mulut menganga. Semua itu memang jadi bagian dari kurikulum pembelajaran yang dilakukan oleh SMAK Yosudarso. Sementara itu, dalam kehidupan sehari-hari, sekolah telah melaksanakan serta menanamkan 10 karakter Yayasan Tunas Karya terhadap siswa maupun kepada seluruh komunitas sekolah. Seperti dengan melayani Tuhan dan sesama, sebelum dan sesudah kegiatan selalu diawali dan diakhiri dengan berdoa bersama. Atau setiap hari Jumat, para siswa diberikan pelajaran agama Katolik dengan berbagai bentuk kegiatan. Menanamkan rasa empati serta mencintai lingkungan. Nah, Yayasan Tunas Karya termasuk di dalamnya sekolah Yosudarso bakal merayakan hari ulang tahunnya yang ke-60. Untuk itu, semua hal telah dipersiapkan, termasuk para guru yang akan unjuk kebolehan. Wah, pasti seru deh. Tuh, lihat. Emang siswa aja yang bisa kayak gini. Guru pun bisa lah.
Tema perayaan HUT Yayasan Tunas Karya yang ke-60 adalah bersyukur karena bertumbuh bersama dalam pelayanan pendidikan yang empatis dan humanis.
Gimana? Jadi tunggu apa lagi? Ayo segera bergabung di Sekolah Yosudarso biar makin pintar dan makin gaul. Viva Sekolah Yosudarso.
Nah, kalian udah pada tahu kan keren apa sih sekolah ini? Jadi kalian jangan ragu lagi buat jadi bagian dari Sekolah Yosudarso. Sampai jumpa dan bye-bye!
Oh, okay. Sorry because of the snoring. Maybe before we close, do you have something to say? Okay, do you have something to say, Coach Mike, or maybe we can go to Sir Adric first? Okay, sorry, because of the snoring. Maybe before we close, do you have something to say? Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, I don't know. Is it clear? Mute. Okay, Coach Mike, or maybe Sir Adric, do you want to say something before we have to close for the first batch for World Speech Day 2022?
Okay, up to you, Coach Mike, or
I say age before beauty. I'll let you go first, Adri.
Yeah, because of
all right.
this.
Thank you so much, Coach Mike. All right. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Okay. First of all, I would like to thanks to all teachers here, especially Sir Don here, Sir Prima. Hello, Sir Prima. And then Ma'am Erna. Who else?
Miss Vira.
Miss Vira. Okay,
Yes.
Miss Vira. All right. Okay. And then also all the students who are participating in this special event. Okay. On behalf of the Naskarya Foundation, we are very grateful to all of you, especially to Mr. Simon Gibson. Is it here, Mr. Simon Gibson?
No.
No, sir, unfortunately.
Okay. And then, okay. And all coaches in ECC and PEC programs of the Naskarya Foundation who have given our students and teachers the opportunity to take part in this special event, World Speech Day. And then thanks to all students and teachers of the Naskarya Foundation too, who are participating in this event, special event, especially to Ma'am Erna and then Sir Willie, who also take part in this special event, okay? and Sir Prima and Sir Don also, Miss Vira. I hope that you are all will be a good example for all teachers, the other teachers of our foundation. Maybe next time they will take part in this event too, okay? And then talking about speaking English, ladies and gentlemen, especially to the students, English, as I ever said before, that English is not a science, this or like maths or chemistry, but English is a skill, you know. So if we want to be skillful in English, we have to practice regularly. And of course, we must have commitment, all right? Strong commitment that we want seriously to improve our skill, not only in speaking, but also listening, in writing, and in reading. So beside, like Coach Mike ever said, if I'm not mistaken, yesterday or 2 days ago, that we have to learn or practice something in a pleasant atmosphere, all right, in a pleasant situation, meaning that we have to keep in mind that learning is fun, including in practicing English. I'm sure it is easier to learn something in a fun situation, in a fun condition, all right. And then hopefully through this wonderful event, all participants will be able to improve their speaking ability. In my opinion, the most important thing is not who are the best in this event, in this World Speech Day, but how could we deliver our speech so that the listeners will understand and feel interested or maybe useful for them in what we are talking about. I think that's all from me, and good luck to all participants once again, and have a wonderful time. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you, Sir Adrik. Nice quotes, nice motivation for today. So I give a big or a wide chance to you, Coach Mike.
Okay, let's have fun for a few seconds and then I'll finish quickly. I think today was fun. I enjoyed watching. I enjoyed noticing the improvement in people's performance. And the purpose of doing something like this, is to learn. It's an experience that you don't normally get. This will go viral. It will go worldwide. There will be people watching this over the next several days, weeks, months around the world. And that is, again, really, really important. I personally, I mean, I am not Indonesian yet, maybe one day, but Indonesia is a country that is still unknown in the rest of the world, and it's crazy. Indonesia is the 4th largest country in the world, 270 odd million people and growing. It is an extremely rich country in natural resources and money, but also in culture. And we need to share that, with the world. So I've really appreciated people that took, the time to do a background that was Indonesian themed. Do more of it. Whenever you're doing an international event, remember you're Indonesian. Show it. Share that with the world, because Indonesia is going to move fast. And you guys still at school, in your lifetime, you will not believe what will happen. It is going to move so fast for Indonesia. There's so many opportunities here. And the big thing, the reason I'm so encouraged and encouraging for people to practice their English is the key to success. It will get you a better job later on. So having good skills in English is worth money. And if you can do something really well, and I see that today, people that have enjoyed delivering speeches are doing it well. They're having fun. It's so good. Why make life boring? Life is boring anyway, but we can make it fun, and it's up to us. But public speaking is a learn by doing, not learn by watching, listening, talking, thinking, dreaming, nightmares. It's a learn by doing activity. The more you do it, the better you become. It's like luck. Luck is everywhere. Luck is the meeting of the prepared mind and opportunity. The thing that you can provide is the prepared mind. Opportunity is coming all of the time. So everybody can be lucky. Yeah, don't think somebody's being greedy and stealing all the luck because you're not getting it. You can get it, just prepare yourself. Luck will come past, you will grab the luck. And that's really what life is about, is preparing yourself for the opportunities that are out there. Life is very, what can you say? Life is very surprising. We can't predict life. I did a degree in comparative animal physiology because I love marine biology. I have never used it professionally for one day in my life. I was elected to be student union president, and that changed my life, and scuba diving changed my life. And after my 1 year full-time job as a president of a students union in London, I spent 45 years in human resources. I suppose it's animal related, but it's fun. I've had such a great time in my life. My career has been primarily international, but I never knew where I was going to go. Yeah, I had some ideas. I obviously had goals. I suggest all of you set up goals for your life, but it's your goal. If you want to change it every day, that's fine. But always have somewhere you're heading, yeah? Alice in Wonderland, Lewis Carroll. If you don't know where you're going, how will you know that you have arrived? You have to have a goal. You have to have a destination. And the same with public speaking. Yeah, make it a destination to enter speech contest. Look at World Speech Day. You know what day World Speech Day is next year? March 15. It's March 15 every year forever. It's always a fixed day in the calendar. So practice delivering speeches. Think of a topic. I mean, I'm not saying that it was bad to talk about COVID, but I think around the world, everybody was talking about COVID. There are many more sexy topics you could have picked. Nobody talks about Ukraine. I know it's a touchy subject, but it is very, very important. I think, in 5 years' time, you will realize how important it is. Hopefully, it's not going to be that important that it will be a World War III, but it could be. Yeah, so be aware of what's happening around you. And being able to speak in public allows you to debate things. And that's another reason for public speaking being a good skill to have. Anyway, time to go. I'm sure you all have had enough of today. So listen no more, relax, smile, come back tomorrow at 1 o'clock. We have another session.
Yes.
So encourage your friends. When this goes online, when the YouTube is available for downloading, yeah, encourage other people that you know didn't watch today to watch your performances. And you watch the performance as well. So learn all the time. Thank you so much for this opportunity. It really has been a pleasure. Thank you so much, kids. You've done a great job.
Thank you, Coach Mike. Because you spend your how many hours we are? Oh my goodness, take a long time for today. Okay, so I don't know. Do you want to say something, Sir Prima or Miss Vira or Sir Don, maybe? Before we totally or we finally close this meeting. Before Sarah already prepared for the closing, the closing part. Any one of you, Sir Prima, Miss Vira, or Sir Don? Do you want to add something? No.
No, thank you.
Sir Don, yes, Sir Don. What do you want to say, Sir Don? I cannot hear you, Sir Don.
No, thank you.
The simple one. Okay, back to you, Sarah, as the meeting leader. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank everyone for joining World Speech Day 2022. It's been amazing, especially day one. I've never thought that it will run this smooth. I would like to thank Ma'am Erna, Sir Mike, Sir Edric, Sir Prima, Sir Don, Miss Wira also for spending your time for this wonderful day. Thank you so much. And I also would like to thank everyone who participated from Yosudarso School, from St. Joseph Senior High School, and other school. Without you guys, World Speech Day is not World Speech Day. And yeah, I think that's all that I can deliver. Back to Memerna. Thank you, everyone. And okay, we'll be seeing all of you in World Speech Day 2022, Day 2. Thank you, everyone, for joining. You may listen. Bye-bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye. See you tomorrow.
Bye, everyone.
See you tomorrow, guys.
Bye, everyone.